See how many people he impacted, it made me want to do that in my life.
The family of late North Central High School athletic director Paul Logan encouraging Hoosiers to get vaccinated and wear a mask. They'll be in a commercial that'll air during the Super Bowl, reaching more than 1 million Hoosiers. Let's bring in our panel now to discuss that Super Bowl ad from the Health Department and the state's response to COVID-19. Joining us today, Pete Seat, Robin Winston, Laura Wilson, and Adam Wren. And we start with former GOP Communications Director Pete Seat. Pete, some have questioned the cost of that ad. How do you weigh the cost and the benefit of running an ad like this during the Super Bowl?
$123,500 to air an ad during the Super Bowl in 6 Hoosier markets is a drop in the bucket, especially when you consider the importance and the urgency of the message that's in that ad. It's also very targeted. We know that men are the least likely to want to get the vaccine. And what do men watch? The Super Bowl. So the state is doing their job to share the message. I remember when the vaccine rollout began, we were saying, how do we get this message out to people? How do we encourage them to get the vaccine? The state's doing its job right here.
Let's bring in Robin Winston now, former state party chair for the Indiana Democrats. Robin, the governor also facing some criticism from those who feel it's time to focus on expanding vaccine eligibility to teachers and other educators.
Paul Logan, I knew Paul Logan. He was in Washington Township Schools. He's the athletic director. Paul Logan made a major impact on lots of young people. And if in his legacy upon his death, we can save more Hoosier lives, it's worth spending the money. Pete is absolutely right. Those of us who have to raise the money and then buy political time know that $123,000 in 6 markets to help combat the fact that we've lost almost 12,000 Hoosiers to a pandemic, it's well worth the spend.
All right, all this is we do continue to see some significant improvements in our state's daily case numbers. But Adam, also at the State House, more issues here this week with constituents coming to testify who won't wear a mask. No real effort to enforce those rules at the State House, it seems, even as debate continues over a number of measures that might limit the governor's powers or the state's powers in a situation like this.
Yeah, Governor Holcomb has largely throughout this process been really thoughtful and forward-thinking about the importance of educating people about the importance of wearing masks. And yet this week it's a little disheartening, I think, for anybody concerned about health and safety, to hear him say that, it's important to take an education approach with these people. We're a year into the pandemic, and I'm just not quite certain that that people who aren't wearing masks are going to be open to the idea of being educated. And yet it's a difficult problem to solve. Do you find these people? Do you keep them from weighing in at the State House on matters that impact them directly? It's certainly a sticky wicket to solve.
Complicated issue there, no doubt. Laura, what about the situation in Washington as we talk about coronavirus relief and the president's stimulus plan? It certainly looks like Democrats are indeed now poised to move forward without any Republican support.
Yeah, exactly. And when you talk about like this concept of budget reconciliation, it's not something we discuss a lot, even though it's been used at this point in 26 times since it originated in 1974. This is an opportunity of action. Certainly there's the emergency front, right? People are needing this for economic relief. And at the same time, when President Biden campaigned and when he had his inaugural address, he talked a lot about bipartisanship. It just seems that this might be a case where the Republicans and Democrats disagree, but early into the administration, this is something that I think we'd really like to see both parties working across the aisle, and something that if you don't have support for this particular package, if this particular policy goes through regardless, what pathway are we establishing? What kind of precedent are we establishing for the future in the upcoming years for this administration, and certainly for this Congress and other policies?
Robin, what about this relief bill? Should Democrats go it alone? You saw the statement earlier from Senator Young saying this is discordant in his view with the president's message of unity.
Well, it's the same thing that we had to do on the stimulus under President Obama. It's the same thing that we had to do under Affordable Care, which, if I remember correctly, many Republicans campaigned saying that they were not going to bother the Affordable Care Act. So once again, if we have to go it alone to benefit the American people, it's well worth it, Dan.
Adam, you also have this dynamic now in Congress, and specifically the GOP trying to find its identity post-Trump administration. Liz Cheney, Marjorie Taylor Greene. How do they keep these factions together, and how are Indiana Republicans managing that dynamic?
Well, Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy has talked about the importance of keeping a big tent. That's always been part of the GOP DNA throughout its history as a party. And I think that that's sort of the approach here. But you also have figures like Senator Todd Young, who is a thoughtful, serious person, whether you agree with him or not, saying that the GOP needs to confront real challenges like the fourth technological revolution, immigration that's happening. Those are going to be the kind of voices I think that ultimately carry the day in the party, but it's a matter of when. And it could be another 8 or 12 years before sort of the Trump fever breaks on the Republican Party.
And Pete, I'll give you the last word on this here. How does your party navigate that divide in the midst of everything else going on and the looming impeachment trial and everything else happening in Congress?
Well, it's not earth-shattering that there's a family feud going on in a political party. Democrats are dealing with this as well, with AOC trying to primary members of her own caucus and take them out in the next election cycle. It's unfortunate, though, that there's such a magnifying lens when there is drama in the Republican Party. But I would say it's in Washington. You don't see that same level of drama in many of the states, including here in Indiana, where we are largely cohesive and rowing in the same direction the way we should be.
All right. Thank you all. We'll see you again here in a couple minutes. Coming up next this Sunday in Focus, more of our interview with former Indianapolis Mayor Greg Ballard, from the pandemic to the politics of our time and his memories of the Super Bowl here in Indy next.